What's up, everybody? DJ Anthony, how you doing? Hey, I'm not giving any medical, legal, or any advice. I'm just talking to you, me and you, Strons of one guy go deep. All right, so does God exist? Dun dun dun! On today's episode of Music Live. Now, I know what you're thinking. Most of you, not all of you, but most of you are like, "What are you talking about? What kind of stupid fucking question? God exists? What an idiot this guy doing a show on that? Yeah, of course God exists. Bing, bing, bong, boom, boom. Oh, okay, all right." Or I know some people that would say, "No, dude, God does not exist. You know, I'm an atheist," meaning not me, but them. So it's an age-old question. It's been around forever. It's one of the big questions of humanity, right? You know, number one, does God exist? Number two, is there an afterlife? You know, and number three, what is the reason for our existence? I guess those are the three big questions. Now, this show episode is not about religion. It's not about your religion or my religion or who's right, who's wrong, who's got the truth, who's got the way. Oh my God, it's not about that. It's not about your God. It's not about their God. It's not about religion. It's not about faith. It's about common sense. And I submit to you that there is a God. Now, I'm going to give you two reasons why there must be a God. There has to be a God. Now, when I say God, and again, like, God bless you, you have your religion, and all, you know, freedom of religion is a beautiful thing. You believe what you want to believe. But so there's two reasons that there must be a God. And I'm not professing or subscribing or saying that, oh, well, you know, God's a little old white man with a long white beard, and he sits in a cloud with his feather, and, you know, his scroll. And I don't believe that. That's but that's nice if you believe that. God bless. You know, you do you. But I also don't believe that it makes common sense to say there's no God. That's, I think, doesn't make common sense. So step number one, there is a God, and here's why. And again, I'm not saying it's a little old white man in a cloud. I'm talking about God as a force, as a presence, as a type of power and intelligence that we cannot understand, that is beyond our grasp. That's what I mean by God. Not, again, a little old white man. That's not, yeah. God is bigger than that. Okay. And it's interesting. There's a religion, and some of you probably know this, but there's a religion that if you even try to draw God, that's offensive. Now, you know, I don't subscribe to that, but I can see the common sense in that, because God is bigger than a drawing. To think you know God, to think that your book that has 714 pages, that God can be contained in a book of 714 pages, that God can be contained in a book that's 511 pages, that God can be contained in a book that has 800 pages. You think God can be contained in a book? That book is not even 1% of what God is. God is beyond what we can understand. And it's almost insulting to say you can draw him, or draw it, I should say, or understand the power. You know, that's our little minds, our little human brains trying to make sense of something that we can't even fathom. We can't even understand. So, but okay, so the number one reason why there has to be a God, again, power and intelligence, a presence, a creator of things. And I'm not saying it's a man or a woman or whatever. I'm just saying there's this energy of power, this type of intelligence. Number one reason is there's the thing called the universe. Never mind Earth, okay? Before Earth was even around, there are trillions of planets and suns and galaxies. Now, let me ask you simple math. 0 plus 0 equals what? 0. So if you're an atheist and you think, well, none of this, you know, everything just kind of happens and just is, but there's no God. Well, if there's no God, no presence, no power, no intelligence, no force, well, then nothing from nothing leaves nothing. How could something come out of nothing. That doesn't even make sense. That's not even common sense. So atheism, to say there's no God, that doesn't make sense. So 0 plus 0 equals 0. You can't have 0 plus 0 and then equal the universe. No. So there can't be nothing. There has to be something. And something can only create something less than it, or maybe equal to it, but you can't have less than or 0 create something. So there can't be nothing. To say that, there's no God, that doesn't make sense. So 0 plus 0 is 0. So we know that the universe exists. Obviously, the Earth exists, humans exist. But again, take Mars, Jupiter, Venus, other planets out there, whatever, other galaxies. I mean, something must have created that. Okay, number 2. This is another proof that there is a God. If you're walking on a beach, Elman, and you just see a chair wash up on the shore, what are you going to say? Oh, okay, there's a chair that washed up on the shore, and someone or something must have made that chair. You're not going to say, no, nothing made that chair. It just kind of, the wood just floated together and screwed itself together and bolted itself together and designed itself. Yeah, it just happened. Like in the water, things just happen. And yeah, chairs pop up all the time out of nowhere. Well, the Earth, the universe is far more complex than a simple chair. And if you believe that a chair washing up on shore was created by somebody, and you would be right to think that, then the universe is far more complex than a chair. But yet there are people who would be atheists and say, no, nothing created the universe and the earth. It just happens. Really? But that same atheist would say, oh, that chair washed up on shore. Well, someone must have created that. Okay. And again, the universe is far more complex than a simple chair. So something must have created that too. Now, what exactly that something is, I'm not saying that I know or anybody knows. I think, religion tries to explain that, but I'm just saying there has to be a God. There has to be a force, an intelligence, a designer of things. Again, who knows what it is, what it looks like, what it thinks or does or doesn't do. I'm not saying that, but there must be a power, a creator of this thing called the universe. Okay. Just can't happen like, oh yeah, water just floats this wood together by mistake and chair just pops up out of nowhere. Really? No, you're going to say someone created that chair. And again, then you have to say the same thing for the galaxy, the universe, because that's far more complex. So there you go, folks. There's the proof that a God exists. Now, it's a stretch to think that religion is right, or your religion's right, or this religion's right, or this religion, that religion, and this religion, no, my religion, no, our book says this, well, our book says that, well, my book says this, well, your book says that, well, and faith is great. You got to have faith, but faith is not fact. Words matter. Look it up in the dictionary. Words do matter. Faith and fact, two different things. All I'm saying is there has to be a force, a God, or something that creates all of this. So that's it, folks. It is awe-inspiring. It is just, we can't even fathom the universe and even our human bodies. Simple compared to what the universe is. But the human body, just our hand alone, is a wonderment. I mean, the top inventors and top scientists of our day right now can't even duplicate a human hand. They can come close, but just a simple hand. I mean, the blood vessels, the nerve endings, how everything is just works perfectly together, grows skin, grows hair, grows nails, can self-repair if it gets injured. I mean, just, and you could say, well, the genomes do that and the cartilage, and that only explains the means. That doesn't explain the ends, the beginning and the end. Why, how, who, what, where, when, how was that created? And you can say, well, sperm and the egg get together. What created the sperm and the egg? Well, your molecules, what created the molecules? Again, there comes a point where it's like things are way too complicated to be just haphazard and just kind of float together in the ocean and make a chair. So no, So there's something, and again, it's we may never know, but it's beautiful in that too, right? Not knowing, there's some beauty in that. We don't have to know everything. It's a wonderment. It's just wow, and just absorb the wonderment. Anyways, that's that, folks. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you believe in a God, or do you believe there's no God, and why? And again, if you don't believe in a God, that's fine. That's cool. Hey, whatever. All right, guys, I'm out of here. DJ Tony out. Over. 5, 4, 3, 2.